The news of Chadwick Boseman's passing broke the hearts of millions of his fans worldwide. It was shocking news for everyone when a statement released by his family revealed that Chadwick had been battling colon cancer for 4 years. Although we will never know how he truly felt in his own private thoughts, it would appear that he never let the cancer hold him back. He kept doing what he loved, which was making incredible movies and influencing the millions of his fans worldwide. In honor of Chadwick, today we'll be looking at 5 of the most iconic movie roles he played throughout his 17-year film and TV career, and the impact his work had on the world. Number 5, 42, 2013. Chadwick Boseman got his first starring role when he played Jackie Robinson in the movie 42. Starting off the list of iconic characters Chadwick will go on to play in his career, the character Jackie Robinson was the first black player to break the color barrier in Major League Baseball. The movie told the story of how Robinson had to face racist fans, owners, and even teammates while he was playing for the Brooklyn Dodgers. However, through all the resistance he faced, he was able to control himself completely and refrain from any sort of retaliation. Similarly, Chadwick himself did not appear to retaliate to adversity. In the last few months before his death, Chadwick was on a live call and his fans noticed that he had lost weight. Whilst many of his true fans were genuinely concerned about his well-being, internet trolls insulted him and attempted to make false claims alluding to him being some kind of addict, not knowing the full truth. The movie 42 has a Rotten Tomatoes score of 80% and also stars Harrison Ford and Nicole Beharie. You can stream it right now on Amazon Prime Video.
You give me a uniform, you give me a number on my back, I'll give you the guts.
Number 4, Get On Up, 2014. In 2014, Chadwick went on to play another iconic role as the late great James Brown in the music biopic Get On Up. Being 6 inches taller and athletic in build, he wasn't the perfect physical match to the notorious singer. He initially didn't want to even audition for the role, saying, "He's too big an icon. I just played one in 42. And in my mind, I didn't know how you would even approach those dance moves." Despite his concerns, his incredible acting and on-screen persona left audiences in amazement at his likeness to the infamous godfather of soul. To prepare for the role, Boseman only had 6 weeks to embody James Brown. To achieve this, he had up to 8 hours of dance lessons each day and stayed in character while on set. Chadwick explained, "If we took a break and you sat beside me to eat, you'd be eating with James Brown." His dedication to the role led to the delivery of one of the most critically acclaimed musical biopics of the last decade. We highly suggest you go watch this movie right now if you haven't already, which you can stream on HBO Max.
I ain't your baby, not then, not now. I look after James Brown.
Number 3, Marshall, 2017. Most actors would dream of playing multiple influential roles throughout their careers. In this movie, Boseman played another as he portrayed Thurgood Marshall, a New York civil rights lawyer and the first black man to serve on the Supreme Court of the United States. Marshall is a legal drama set in 1940 that retells the accounts of a black man named Joseph Spell, a chauffeur who had been accused of rape and attempted murder of a wealthy white woman. The movie tells the story of Joseph Spell's lawyer, Thurgood Marshall, who was muted during court proceedings after a racist judge took an instant disliking to Marshall, passing a rule that only those who were qualified to practice law in Connecticut to speak out for defendants. When asked to play the role of Thurgood Marshall, initially Chadwick said no. Clearly he was great at playing biopic roles, but he said that as they were based on real people, he never really felt like he did them justice, so most of the time turned down roles without even reading the scripts. It took a very persuasive letter from John Marshall, Thurgood's son, to make Boseman realize that he was actually a perfect fit to play the role. The movie is rated 80% on Rotten Tomatoes, and you can watch it right now on Amazon Prime Video.
Guns. Books, Mr. Friedman.
Number 2, The Five Bloods, 2020. The Five Bloods, directed by Spike Lee, was released in 2020. It's sadly one of Chadwick Boseman's last films. In the movie, he plays a relatively small role as Stormin' Norman, who was the leader of the Titular Bloods, an army squad in a military tour during the Vietnam War. Many decades later, after the war, the squad still mourn the loss of their beloved commander, played by Boseman, and reunite in a bid to bring back his body and to recover the valuable gold that was buried beside him. Although the movie was already extremely successful when it was first released, with a 92% Rotten Tomatoes score, it's now even more loved, as it gives us some kind of insider look into Chadwick's final moments on the big screen. The movie is currently streaming on Netflix, and we highly suggest you check it out.
Come on. You got me now. You got me good. Ain't no thing.
Number 1. Black Panther, 2018. Chadwick's most iconic role, and the one that most people know him for, is the role of Black Panther in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. First appearing in Captain America: Civil War, Chadwick Boseman played the role of T'Challa, the King of Wakanda, a superhero in a fictional African nation. Yeah, sure, you can argue that there have been other black superheroes, and you'd be right. In fact, the MCU has Falcon and War Machine as part of the Avengers. However, those two characters weren't mainstream and were overshadowed by the likes of Captain America and Iron Man. However, in Black Panther, he was the guy. He was King T'Challa, and he wasn't playing second best to anybody else. Looking back at some of the reactions from when this movie was first released, it's amazing to see how much of an impact it had on fans. Black children and adults alike all over the world were finally able to see themselves in the characters they loved the most. Wakanda was for many not just a fictional nation, but a sort of identifier, and the statement "Wakanda Forever" isn't just an ordinary phrase. It's a statement of belonging to a community, being an insider, feeling loved, respected, and revered. That's what Chadwick means for a lot of people. In the famous words of King T'Challa,
In my culture, death is not the end.
rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman.